Pakistan's top cleric declares VPNs un-Islamic amid the push for a ban. Okay. This was brought to my attention by our Pakistani community. Maybe they can give us more insight. In a controversial move highlighting the intersection of technology, religion, and state control in Pakistan, the country's leading Islamic body has declared virtual private networks, or VPNs, to be un-Islamic, supporting the government's push to ban these digital privacy tools. The Council of Islamic Ideologies chairman Raghib Naimi justified the stance by claiming Sharia law permits the governments to prevent the spread of evil. Well, Pakistan's Ministry of Interior argues that VPNs are increasingly being exploited by terrorists to facilitate violent activities. This religious proclamation comes amid a sensitive time as millions of Pakistanis have relied on VPNs to access social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, since it was blocked in February of 2023, particularly supporters of the imprisoned former Prime Minister Imran Khan. The move has sparked concerns about digital rights and freedoms of expression in Pakistan, where authorities are now requiring users to register their VPNs with the media regulator, effectively enabling increased surveillance of internet activity in a country already known for strict online controls. So, this is very interesting because my impression from the reading I was doing is that the government has this very specific incentive for doing this. And basically it's because of rising rates of terrorism. I mean, they've been dealing with issues with, the rise of the Taliban again, but also I think their own desire for control, especially amidst all the ongoing drama with Imran Khan and the vast swaths of the population that support him and are wanting to demonstrate against what's happened to him and all this stuff. So I think the state has a very specific interest in this. And then they went to the Council on Islamic Ideology, which is supposed to basically give recommendations or opinions to the government about if things are Islamic enough. And they went ahead and said that VPNs are un-Islamic. They had a fatwa that it's un-Islamic. And their opinion was predictably often about spreading a corruption, blasphemy, adult video content, shall I say. And so they had a very specific, their own agenda. But Mufti Armin, based on your understanding of the rulings in scriptures, please tell us, are VPNs genuinely un-Islamic? Please.
So I think this guy is wrong. He's full of shit. As a mufti, I would say it depends on the situation, and the situation doesn't require you a mufti. Here's how simple the situation is. Depends on what you're using the VPN for. If you're living in an Islamic country where they have banned porn and they have made it porn unaccessible or other un-Islamic haram content, and you're using VPN to access that, then the use of VPN is wrong, not because of the VPN itself, but because of the content that you're using to access it. However, if you're living in another country, for example, let's say you live in China, and Islamic content are banned, and you're using VPN to access Islamic content, right? So in that situation, in fact, the use of VPN is not only halal, but it's also there's savab in it. You get brownie points for using it. And again, so the tool is not the issue, is the purpose you're using it for. So this, you don't even need a fatwa for this or any declaration, because as a Muslim, you understand that you shouldn't be doing haram things. So if you're using the VPN to do haram things, the things that Islam has already declared haram, then you should, then the use of the VPN here is wrong. But if you're using VPN to access Islamic things, and maybe or using VPN to spread Islamic knowledge or invite people to Islam, then in fact you're doing a good deed. So again, it doesn't, the tool, do not make that tool haram. Make the purpose of the, see what the purpose of the action is, and then you could judge yourself whether what that is haram or not. So that would be my declaration. I think this guy doesn't know what he's talking
Mm, mm, mm. Well, thank
about.
you for your ruling. I mean, the wisdom is abounding.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, Kenya approves. I would make a good mufti.
yeah, Wicker, who's Pakistani, is saying, "Ugh, if they ban it, I guess I won't have to be here then, or won't be able to be here." I mean, obviously, and I think it's very sweet how many people in our live chat and community are concerned about the safety of our Pakistani members. If we have a very firm and active community inside the Islamic Republic of Iran, I'm sure you guys can find a way to still come join our community. There's definitely a lot of ways to get around this. If you guys need some tips, go talk to some Iranians because they can work their way around some internet blockades. Um, yeah, but I'm not going to encourage people to do anything that would genuinely
I mean,
endanger their safety. But I think you guys can get around this. You can
uh,
safely. What do you
I
think,
mean,
Armin?
declaring it haram, does that mean? I mean, he's not the lawmaker. He's just declared haram. He's just relying on you not doing it. Is the law against the VPN as well, or is this guy just saying calling it a sin?
So there's an ongoing push for the ban.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure if it is implemented so far, but there is the push to require people to register their VPNs. Also, this has like you the idea of a blanket ban for this kind of thing is so stupid. Like this would have really poor effects on the economy at large. There's tons of ways to like I used to work at a medical school and we were doing research with databases funded by the federal government. It was required by me to use a VPN for the sake of our data security and the sensitivity of what I was working with. Like this is part of like human subjects research and protections, like identity stuff. Like there's so in that and that's just one area. I'm thinking about all the tech area, financial security areas, research, medicine, well, I guess they don't have HIPAA protections. It wouldn't be called that, but medical confidentiality. There's so you can't just have a blanket ban on these kinds of things. It's really important in this day and age.
Anyways, we need to move on because you have another announcement to make. So
Yes. Also, I should clarify, I'm not a medic. I just worked as a research assistant at a medical school. That's very different. I'm not qualified. Okay.
this is why Susie is so good at research. When she goes and finds the news because she has experience.
It was my job. I completely blanked. I was about to say something. Oh, I just want to say when people were giving me praise in the live chat, that was very sweet and I appreciate it. And my favorite one was just someone saying, I get the impression that Susie is a decent person. Like a ringing endorsement.
Yes.
Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about today is important for our organization. So basically, let me pull this up. We are approaching the end. Whoops. Whoops. Oh my god, I messed it up. Can you make us a little bit bigger? How do you do that, Armin? Thank you. We are approaching the end of the year. So it's the end of year fundraising season. This is really important for nonprofits like Atheist Republic to sustain our programming, keep our engine running, keep the lights on, so to speak. And so we have started a new fundraising campaign for Giving Tuesday, and then we're actually going to run this through the rest of the year. And I would really love it if people would be able to, just give what they can to support our work. We have a big team. It's a lot bigger than me and Armin. I say this all the time. We run a lot of different programs. We have one of the most influential atheist programs in Persian, huge, vibrant community. Armin is doing such important work over there, really promoting values and morals and standards that we fight for, that we love, that we value within Iran itself. And we are successful at what we do we have already had over, let me double check. We've already had over 1 million views across our different platforms just in this year alone. And we want to bolster our influence. We want to bolster the spread of the ideas and the values and the compassion and the rationalism that we try to promote. And to do that, we need support. And what I love about this community is not only is this full of people that are genuinely my friends that I talk to that help me through hard times and I help them through hard times. We damn, I mean help people escape dangerous situations across different countries when necessary. Um help people with asylum cases where we can. There's so much that we do. And what I love about our community at large is that they see this as something that is important to them and that they buy into. They care about the status of free thinking, non-believing people around the world. They care about the people that are persecuted for speaking out, for saying things that are unpopular but true, and for speaking out against dogma and hatred and bigotry. This is really what we stand for here, and I appreciate that that's part of the identity of like the people that are really part of our community. So um if this is something that speaks to you, if this is something you love, if you appreciate, or maybe you just like to come here every week and watch Armin do his live streams, or maybe when I join the show and do my live streams and run my mouth, and maybe it just brings you entertainment, please consider giving a donation to Atheist Republic. Um, Literally every small amount counts, and we really, really appreciate you know everything that people give to our community, including the people that give their time and volunteer for us, which is one of the most valuable things that people do. So I put the link in the live chat. I should also put this in the description. um I'll put this in the top of the description when this stream ends.
I will also
And
put it in the top comment, pin it in the top comment as well.
yeah, and thank you to the people who all have already given. It's really impactful, and to the people who are already members and on Patreon and give on PayPal, etc. Um, so yeah,
This is
that's
what
what I
she's,
wanted to talk about.
and also this is what she's talking about. The shows that we do on our Persian channel, the Jomhuriya Bi Khodayan. This channel is growing very fast, and we're building a huge community. We also built the Atheist Republic Persian community on Discord, which is very active. So Jomhuriya Bi Khodayan just means Atheist Republic in Persian. And a lot of people, most of our audience is from Iran, because
Hmm.
80% is from Iran. We did a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we do a good job at being extremely efficient with the funds that we have. We have had like a record impact this year with the views and the impressions we're getting across platforms. And Armin and I have so many ideas about how we want to take it even further and provide even more value to our members and the people that care about these issues. We're just constrained by resources. And I know that, you know, if we have more, we could take it so far. So yeah, thank you to everyone. Um, Cat Lady is so sweet.
Okay. Yes. So is this person. Okay, can I know I'm gonna ruin all the sweetness with this one, but I'm gonna hide it. Ready Meal saying, liberal my ass. You just hate Islam. Well, we hate Islam because we're liberals. Anyways.
It's actually
Anyways,
fully
guys,
consistent. It's actually fully
it's very
consistent.
it's very consistent. It's completely in line. All right, guys, we gotta go. Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you for everybody for anybody who considers clicking on that link and donating. However, just remember that if you are financially struggling, do not donate to us or anyone else. Do not support anyone financially. If you are in a financially, even remotely struggling, do not donate to anybody. Take care of yourself before you take care of other people. It's very important that you have that principle. Okay. However, if you are not in a position that you can help anybody financially, I have good news. There is this thing called a like button that doesn't cost you a cent. It helps this channel grow and it doesn't cost you money. So click it and leave a comment after the show is over. And also subscribe and hit the bell notification and recommend this channel. All of these things are free, doesn't cost you anything. Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do! And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.